Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka, I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be discussing the much awaited video on Saturn's ingress or transit in the Pisces sign, which is happening from the 29th of March 2025. And it is going to be all the way till the February month of 2028. In between, it will be touching upon Aries sign in 2027 and will be going back to the Pisces sign in demotion. So the next sign is of debility, not to forget that. So how this is going to be, I will be explaining it through the slides, of course, and I will be sharing with you my insights on the same and how is it going to be impacting all of us. The 12 zodiac signs also will be explained. I hope I'm audible. These are all live sessions, as you all know, and I will be sharing with you the insights through the live sessions. So you can ask questions also towards the end of the video if you want to. And I will be explaining in this video itself that what exactly are the nakshatras that this Saturn is going to be transiting through the dates, and the Sade, Sati, and the Kantaka Shani I will be explaining as well. So lots in store, so stay tuned. So let's start with this video. I will be sharing the slides first, okay? So I've made this small presentation for you all so that you can, the slideshow. I will be starting the slideshow. So I hope you all like it and you are able to hear me as well. Okay. So Shani's ingress is going to be in Purva Bhadra first, and then it is going to be in the, I hope the slides are visible, yeah. So Shani's ingress would be through Purva Bhadra till 28th of April, and then will be moving into the Uttar Bhadrapada on the 28th April to the 3rd of October. And then it gets retrograde and comes back to Purva Bhadra on the 3rd October till the 20th January 2026, and then again moves into Uttar Bhadrapada on the 20th January 2026 till the 17th of May. As you can see, all the slides are right here, and all the dates are right here. And then from the 17th May 2026, it moves again into the Revati Nakshatra. The next slide shows that. And the 9th October 2026 to 8th Feb 2027, it's going to be in the Uttar Bhadrapada. So the next slide is very important because it is the Revati Nakshatra. So why I'm sharing with you the dates, because if you are born under any of these nakshatra, Purva Bhadra, Uttar Bhadra, Revati, then you will be getting the impact even more. So we have to see Shani, then we have to see Jupiter, and then we have to see the nakshatras transit through the Jupiter's nakshatra, Shani's nakshatra, and Mercury's nakshatra also. So if you are in the dasha of Shani, Jupiter, or Mercury, then this transit is going to be impacting you even more, especially when it is ingressing in the similar kind of degrees as your natal chart, then it will be impacting you even more. So that is how you have to check this transit, not straight away that Shani is transiting through this nakshatra, through this sign, so it is going to be impacting you this way. No, we have to also check the nakshatras. Finally, will be Navmansha that I will be sharing in the next video, okay? So when it is going to be in Revati Nakshatra, remember it's going to be in Gandanta twice because it's going to be coming back to Pisces Revati again from the next Aries Ashwini Nakshatra, okay? So 17th May 26 to 9th October 2026, it's going to be in Revati and then goes back to the Uttar Bhadrapada, and that's on the 9th of October till the 8th Feb 2027. And then again, 8th Feb 2027 to 23rd February 2028, it is going to be in the Revati Nakshatra. That is how it is. Now coming to the concept of Sade Sati. Okay, now Sade Sati is a phase when we have moon before the Saturn's position. And like when it is one house, when moon is in the house previous, that is 12th house from Saturn, from this first house, and the second house from Saturn, that is the Sade Sati phase. So when Saturn was in the Aquarius sign, it was the Sade Sati for Capricorn natives. Now, when moon is in Aquarius, Pisces as well as in Aries sign, these people will be having Sade Sati. Now, Sade Sati is a 7.5 year phase. So for the Aquarius natives, it's the second lag. And for the Aries natives, it's the first lag when the Sade Sati has just begun. Okay. So for Pisces, it's a peak of Sade Sati. So if at all you have Saturn also there, that means if you have a moon there, you have a Saturn there. So it's a Saturn return also for you. Now for the Leo natives, this is the Kantaka Shani. That means it's the 8th house. And for Sagittarius, it's Ardha Kantaka. That is Ardha Ashtama Shani. Okay. So you, if refer to the classic text, it says that you should see only from moon. Some texts also say that you should see from the ascendant also. Suppose you are experiencing some highs and lows in your health, impact is on the health, you should see from the ascendant. Is the Saturn transiting through my Aquarius, Pisces, or Aries? So if the ascendant is Aquarius, Pisces, or Aries, then it will impact you. If you have a moon that is the Rashi in Aquarius, Pisces, or Aries, then definitely this is a Sade Sati. And then for Sagittarius, ascendant or moon, this is the Ardha Ashtama or Kantaka Shani or Dhaya, as we say. Okay. Now, what is all these terms, we should not be scared of these terms. First of all, first thing first, until and unless you are in a dasha of the graha, which is involved in the Aquarius, Pisces, or Aries sign, this is not going to impact you that gravely. Means if you have a moon here and you are in the moon dasha, or you have a Jupiter here, or Rahu here, or Ketu here, or any of the graha in these 3 signs, that is 5 signs, in fact, like these signs, okay, which I'm encircling right now. So if you have any grahas here, they will get impacted even more, and you're in the dasha of these, okay. Now, Sade Sati is when Saturn is transiting through 12th, 1st, and 2nd houses from the natal moon. As I said, the first phase is going to be giving you some challenges, obstacles, delays, because Saturn is the graha of delays and frustrations. So financial issues, you will be having some issues regards to your health, your personal life, and this particular graha is also the graha for making you very disciplined. If you are doing things right, then you don't have to worry about this particular transit or this Sade Sati phase. Okay. And also, if you are having that inner maturity, inner strength, this will give you good results for sure. And in case you have any graha in the Aquarius sign, so this is the time for self-introspection. You might just be looking for some self-identity, ability to deal with your personal and financial matters. It might just be the time when you will have some limitations, some karmic lessons, and you will be able to overcome the fears also. Because, when you know that, oh, I know this phase is going to be a little tough, so you're prepared. And the fear goes away. It just fades away, remember. So this is the time when you will feel that the difficulties that you have been going through are not impacting you that gravely, that because you have that mental strength now. Okay. Also, Kantaka Shani for Leo native, suppose, it is the time when you will be able to deal or combat with the enemies, any kind of lawsuits or any kind of debts or health problems or conflict in partnerships, anything that you are dealing with. Now you will gain that clarity gradually if you have the dasha of Surya, Shani, Chandra, or you have any of the dasha of the nakshatra, that is Jupiter, Saturn, or Mercury. So dividing into the 3 parts as I have done in the beginning part. And also this is going to be giving you sudden transformative energy also. Some deeper psychological pain that you are going through, you will be able to recognize it and you'll be able to deal with it. Okay. And 4th house, of course, is the house of your residence, your if it is about the Sagittarius we talk about. So it is the 4th house transit. So it will give you some changes in those areas. Maybe you're going to be shifting out from the place where you are, or maybe you are going to be leaving your country and going to the other country, or maybe you're going to be taking some more responsibilities now, especially for the Sagittarius natives, or from Sagittarius, if you check in your natal chart where your Pisces is. So that particular area you will be working through, or there will be some new things that you'll be learning about that. Maybe some responsibilities regards to your mother, your family members will increase. There can be some more stability in your home environment also. Saturn will bring that. But it definitely is the time if you want to leave your country and want to start some education plan, if you're leaving your or switching from your job. So this is giving you more stable environment now and creating a secure foundation for you also. Now, this is something which you actually should not dread. As I said, if at all you have the dasha of a particular graha which is involved in these encircled signs, and if you are in the dasha, suppose you are in Aquarius, you have a Jupiter. So this dasha, of course, is going to be a little tough. Maybe you are going to be planning to study overseas, okay? Or maybe it is going to bring about some changes in your learning process, or maybe with your guru, you can have some issues, or any kind of relationship issues you have to deal with. Venus is about finances, about relationship. So you have to take that responsibility. Saturn presses you wherever Saturn sits, no, or wherever Saturn aspects, it presses you hard to do that thing. Saturn is also, not to forget, going to be aspecting your Taurus sign, your Virgo sign for everyone, and also your Sagittarius sign from there, from the Pisces sign. Now, these are the signs which are going to pressurize you to reconcile with your siblings, okay? If at all you have any kind of problems or anything that you have to complete, maybe you are going to be more less communicative, but you're going to be learning more during this time. That is what Saturn wants you to. Saturn is a constraint. Saturn is not a graha for expansion. Saturn contracts you. Saturn is always the less. It is about less, not more. If Jupiter is more, Saturn is less. So anything that you want to do regards to your finances, now you will be able to decide about those areas in a very composed manner. Okay, let me not, spend too much money on my business or any kind of investments. I must now not be taking it too overboard. Okay, so interaction with others might reduce. Your siblings, your neighbors, your friends, you will be now communicating less. You're refining the communication now, overcoming the mental barriers. That is what is also going to trigger up with the Taurus getting active. Now, Taurus is the sign of family also. Maybe with your family, you will be spending more time rather than communicating in an aggressive manner. Also, it is going to be aspecting Virgo sign. Now, Virgo is the 6th sign of the natural zodiac, also not to forget. So it is about daily routine, health, service, also business acumen. So now you're going to be refraining from investing more. You're going to be more disciplined in your work life. You'll be taking more, you'll be giving more importance to your health. Okay, and this might just bring about too much of workload also to you. And if you're not disciplined in your health, in your matters regards to your loans, debts, disease, then this is going to be a difficult phase for you. So this is actually telling you not to overdo things or overindulge during this time period. Okay, now Saturn is also aspecting the Sagittarius sign. Okay, now Sagittarius is the 9th house of the natural zodiac, which is about higher learning, higher education, spirituality, long distance journeys. So if at all you have anything that you're planning to do right now, it might just delay it. But you will be more philosophical. Your belief system is going to change. You're going to be also spreading wisdom and knowledge now. That knowledge which is very in depth, not superficial. And this is also going to lead to your personal growth as well. And what is the lesson that you'll be getting out of this? By the end of it, you will be more understanding, you'll be more knowledgeable, and you will be more hardworking, and you want spiritual growth also. Pisces now, talking about Pisces, Pisces is the sign of isolation. It's the last sign of the natural zodiac, subconscious mind. It is about spirituality, isolation, as I said. So when Saturn is transiting the 12th sign of the natural zodiac, people will have ability to overcome the subconscious fears now. And this will definitely give you deeper understanding of spirituality. It is not going to be superficial. And you will be spending more time in learning and understanding your process of growth now. It is about healing old wounds. Okay. So be more spiritual. There will be some hidden emotions that you will be working on, or you will be hiding emotions also. This is the sign of ocean. So you will be in depth, whatever you will do. Okay, it is the isolation energy. Saturn here is a cold planet, but it is going to give you a lot of knowledge. People who were into superficial knowledge, suppose in astrology also, you must have seen so many people, when it was an Aquarius sign, Rahu was in Pisces, people were just jumping into astrology, occult sciences, left, right, and center, and especially the youth. Now, it is going to be a transition phase where people who are less knowledgeable or just superficially doing this will be actually out of it completely. Okay. And the ones who actually are in depth will remain. That is what is the what this Saturn will be giving you. And this is the time when we all must work on our relationship, build more healthier relationship, not superficiality involved, and redefine your dynamics of life. Okay. This is what is actually not just about the Saturn, Sade, Sati, Kantaka, Shani, Dhaya, but about the aspects also. Also, one more thing I would like to tell you is that Saturn is going to be in trine to the water energies. Not to forget that. This initial summary part is very, very essential if you are learning astrology. If you are an enthusiast, you must know. When Saturn is in trine to Cancer and Scorpio, and it is also in the Pisces and the water sign. So this is the time when you have to also cross-check if there is any graha related to Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So that will also get impacted. That is the Bhrigu Nandinadi's niyam, it's a rule that you have to check the trine energy as well. So if you have any grahas there, they will definitely get impacted. If you have moon, it will be impacting your mind. You might just be traveling. It is about sun. Sun is authority. You might just get some authority. If you are learning something more, it's Jupiter. If you're in relationship, you're triggering relationship, it is going to be about relationship dynamics, and finances are going to change if it's Venus. If it is Mars, it is about your innovation, about your courage, about your decision making. Now you're going to be making some important decisions during this time period. Also about Rahu Ketu, these energies are going to be giving you some constraints, some restrictions, or it is going to be making you more materialistically inclined. And if at all it is, if it is Saturn only in these trines, so it is about changes. Some changes in your professional career are going to take place. Okay. If it is Mercury, it is about your business proposals. It's about education. It's about your communication. Saturn refrains, Saturn restricts. So check if you have any of these grahas in these trines, it is going to be impacting this way. Okay. This wasn't there in the slides, but I wanted to add on because I'm giving away the secrets of this transit in a composed and a very extensive manner. This video is full of all the information that you need from Saturn's ingress in Pisces. Okay. Now, we start with the Aries, readings. So for Aries natives, this Saturn is going to be in your 12th house. So that means it is the Saturn's Sade Sati, which is starting for you. Okay. And this is the time when, there can be some kind of separation from family. You might just be aimlessly traveling to the place where you have to spend some time in isolation. Maybe you're traveling to an overseas place, or you're spending on your, you're wandering aimlessly, maybe, and there can be some difficulty that you can experience in the foreign land also. This might just bring about some conflicts with your seniors and bosses also, because it's the 10th and your 11th Lord in the 12th house. And this is also the phase when you have to take care of your health as well. Okay. And this will bring about some different kinds of people in your life. You might just be in isolation, sensitive, and you will take pride in sacrificing your happiness for others. You would serve people living in the old age homes. This is a remedy also in refugee camps, hospitals, or orphanages. Or maybe you will not be too charitable, but you want to do for others with limitations also. You could have some unknown fears, anxieties, and you might just feel that you're self-victimized. Nobody is listening to you. You're just going on doing things for others, and that kind of. But this is a spiritual growth time also. It is like letting go of the past baggage that you have been carrying from a long time, and it is going to be the time for self-introspection also. Some delays and frustrations can be felt in the finances, any kind of money, financial raise that you have been waiting for. It might just be a little delayed kind of a thing for you. This Saturn is going to be aspecting your second house also. Now, second house is the house of speech. You will be speaking less. Dental issues can come up. I hope I'm clear and audible. Let me just put the mic closer. It might make you more focused and disciplined about your finances, family matters. What is your self-worth? You might just be having that kind of issues that you never expected from your own people in your family. Okay. This is going to contract the relationship. You're going to be spending lesser time with your family. It's looking at your sixth house. Sixth house might just bring about some challenges at work, with your health, daily routine. You need to be working really hard. Specifically, I would suggest that just work out. This is the time period when you should actually spend more time. See, it is your 10th and the 11th Lord also, not to forget, in the 12th house. So any kind of issues that you have been experiencing with your friends, with your coworkers, with your bosses, seniors, this requires discipline. You cannot just be overindulgent, with your friends and, gossiping around and all that. There can be some work-related stress that you have to go through also. So all these energies will be playing out, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be suffering alone with these kinds of energies also. You will definitely feel much better, because Saturn is also looking at your 9th house. 9th house is the house of education. You will be spiritually growing. When Saturn looks at the 9th house, I'm sorry to say, it is not considered to be good. There is some passing, or someone really suffers in the family, someone dear one. So you need to take care of that person, father, mother, uncle, aunt, someone you're close to, your pet. You need to be careful about. But you may feel restricted or limited in your belief system, and there could be delays in travels and higher learning also, with Saturn looking here. But this definitely will be giving you that approach, how to resolve the matters now in a very different manner. You will be thinking out of the box also, because Saturn is outcast. It definitely will give you those kinds of, quitting your, or offloading your baggage that you're carrying as well. Okay. So if you have any graha in your 4th house, in your 8th house also, or as a matter of fact, 12th house, so this might just bring about some changes in those areas, changes like, it definitely will be changing your house, maybe your investment plan, or maybe there will be some health issues that you will be working on, or you will get that kind of treatment that you're waiting for. So consolidated reading. Now coming to the Taurus sign. when Saturn is in Pisces. I have given an extensive information in the first beginning part. Please do watch the summary part. It will really help you. Now for Taurus, this is the for Taurus natives, this is your 11th house transit of Saturn. Now, 11th house is the house of gains, friendships, social circle. It is one of the three Shadaya houses. Okay. Now, this will bring about money from many sources. That's what it said, because your Bhagya Lord is in the 11th house. You will have new hopes, confidence, status in promotion, profession, promotion. Also, there will be some physical and sexual relationship, which is going to be, the appetite will grow more and more. It's like that. And you will get more comforts and you will enjoy life. This is from the Yavana Jataka, where it is written about the Saturn in the 11th house. These are all classic texts I'm sticking to, nothing from apart from the classic texts I talk. You may get all the comforts and you will be indulgent also during this time. There will be that you will get money from others and your friends will help you as well. And this is the time period when you will work really hard to gain your finances, your strength, your more name, fame. You're going to be also gaining that success in those areas. So 11th house is definitely very positive. When the 9th lord is in the 11th, it's a Bhagya Udaya. Also, we say some loyal friend you will meet also during this time. And this will definitely be the time when you will get the reward in your social life, long-term goals. There can be that you feel little restrictive if you are not serious about this approach of life, because it's looking at your first house. I'll come to that as well. So long-term connections, and there can be revaluation of your friend circle also with this kind of a transit. Now here it is looking at your first house, your 5th house, and your 8th house as well. Okay. Now, when it is looking at your first house, it is going to make you very serious in the approach, that whatever approach you adopt. It is going to be the time when you will be thinking about or setting your goals. You're thinking about growth. You're thinking about being more disciplined, being more serious. You're looking after yourself now in a very different perspective. You feel restricted. You feel burdened. You feel that there is too much to do. There's a lot of responsibility on my head, but it will make you very matured and sensible also. So that way it is good. And it is looking at your 5th house from here. So the responsibility towards children, pregnancy, creativity, romance, these you will become very, very serious about. There can be that you're not able to express well in your relationships also, because it is Saturn. Saturn is a cold graha, but it definitely will give you a serious and a matured approach towards life. Okay, about your relationships. No, I don't have to take things lightly now. Also, this is going to be aspecting your 8th house. So some deeper transformations any which ways have to happen because of your own creative self. Now you're going to be changing or experiencing some intense reflection, of yourself. Oh, I can do this also. I have this potential also. That kind of an energy is also going to play out when it is about the 8th house aspect of Saturn. And it will give you some financial matters related to inheritance, taxes, joint finances. These could be your focal points. Saturn is going to be in trine to your 3rd and your 7th house as well, not to forget. So this will trigger relationship or marriage-like relationship if you're thinking of connecting with your siblings, your neighbors, your friends. So this might just be the time that you want to connect and reconcile, or you are having a very, you're having a lot of pressure regards to these areas. So how to make money, how to connect with people, how to generate funds, you will be thinking all of that. Also, your 10th lord is in the 11th. So you will be connecting with the VIPs, influential people. You will be meeting people who are going to be giving you that name, fame, promotion. You definitely are in that zone where you're going to be rising. If at all you are in Jupiter Dasha, Saturn Dasha, or as a matter of fact, Mercury Dasha, which is in the Revati Nakshatra, will be experiencing. So this is the time when you will be growing financially. So Saturn gives a lot, not to say that it is only a contractive planet. Coming to Gemini. For Gemini natives, this is the transit which is happening in your 10th house. Saturn is looking at your 12th, Saturn is looking at your 4th and your 7th house also. When we talk about the 10th house energy, this is the house of reputation, authority, and this is also about growth, I would say. Now, with Saturn's transit here, you are going to have some changes for sure. Whenever Saturn is in the Kendra, it brings about changes. It might just bring about some undefined fear, which is all the time there in your mind. You might just become very miserly. There can be that you are taking some pilgrimages more right now. But at the same time, you're working on your health also, because it is in trine to your 6th house as well. You might just be having some clarity about your, about your work. Maybe you will be switching from one thing to another, from one department to another. You might just change your job profile also during this time. This may bring about a serious approach towards your ambition, working harder for your career advancement. This is something which you need to work on during this time period. Even when it is looking at your 12th house, this is the time when you should be controlling or saving money. It's not the time for just wasting your money or too much of expenditures, because Saturn is not a graha of expansion or too much. It is about less and less. So it's good if you are spiritually growing, but you're not spending materially, and it may give you a sense of isolation and issues regards to foreign land also. Maybe you're not going to be in the foreign land, or you're having some hidden enemies in the foreign land, so you have to deal with also. So this is what is the Saturn's ingress in the in your 10th house, and it is aspecting your 4th house also from here, which is the house of family, home, emotional foundation. So there may be restrictions or responsibilities about your family life. You may feel that there is a need for more stability, more focused on your home environment also. This is also about laying a foundation in your career. Remember, there is some stable profession that you're going to be entering into. I've given all the dates, etc., in the beginning part. Do watch that. And there are so many things that I've explained, Sade, Sati, Kantakashani and all. So do watch that. So do not push things. Things will definitely happen. If you are working through, that I have to do this, I will not stop, then definitely things are going to work your way. Some influential people you'll be connecting, some new collaborations, people who are at the authority or in the government, they will definitely come to your rescue. This is the time when you will gain all the material growth that you're looking for. This Saturn is definitely going to be giving you that as well. Also, it is looking at your 7th house, not to forget, over here. So it is 4th house and 7th house. So 7th house is about marriage, partnership. It will bring about relationship when there is, I've already done a video of double transit. So that's triggering, for Gemini, when Jupiter is also going to be in Gemini. So this is about more responsibility. So when you get married or when you are in a business, you definitely expand in the responsibility. So you will have to go through that zone also, that you have to have more challenges or responsibility in the relationship, in business partnerships. You are in that zone of expansion also, but you feel burdened with that responsibilities with Saturn in your 7th house. Maybe you're not feeling up to in that relationship that you want to be, okay? Or you're feeling quite claustrophobic because of that, because it's a Saturn's aspect on the 12th house also. So it's isolation as well. So can you see 7th house, 12th house, 4th house? These are all houses where, your responsibilities are increasing. So don't try to escape the 12th house. Don't try to escape. Be there. Take up the responsibilities like a man, like a woman, like a strong person, I would say. Okay. So that's how, this Saturn is going to be giving you the results. Also, it is going to be in trine to your Cancer and Scorpio. These two watery signs are also getting active. So you need to plan your savings really well, because it is about the movable Rashi also in the second house. So there are fluctuations in the 11th house, second house, movable signs are there. So you need to really save the money and don't get carried away in the material realms and spend too much money. That this is not the time. In case you're getting involved in any kind of litigation, loans, etc., or if you are a research-oriented mindset, so this is good for you. Loans, litigation will be in your favor. You will be able to pay off your loans only gradually. It is not going to be overnight, because Saturn is not moon. Moon is the fastest and Saturn is the slowest. So when it is forming a connection with the moon sign and where moon debilitates, it definitely is asking you to slow down. The process is slow. Your health wise also, you will have some issues that you have to face, but it is going to be very gradual that you get the treatment or the any kind of health issues that you're facing to get better for you. Okay. Now coming to the next one, that is Cancer. For Cancer natives, this transit of Saturn is going to be in your 9th house, and it is looking at your 11th, 3rd, and your 6th houses also. Now, when Saturn is in your 9th house, this is not considered to be giving good results. It's said that, there is some, some kind of issues regards to your family life that you experience, which is very, very strange, why the family is going to suffer. Because Saturn is the 6th places away from your house of happiness. So it shows that, you can be more indulgent during this time and you lose all the wealth that you have. Or very close to you, near and dear ones, you tend to lose them. And also, this is going to be giving you some, listening with people, which are, which can be you're too indulgent, as we say. This is the house of higher knowledge, philosophy, long distance journeys. So this might just bring about more serious approach to your philosophical belief, higher learning, higher education. You might just be reading some classic texts during this time. Some kind of unwanted or useless purposes you'll be spending money on. You will be traveling by the high class vehicles during this time. So that is why save money, don't overspend on this time. You will get attendants, servants, people, luxurious lifestyle, and also delicious foods. But this is not a good period for your father life figures, because this is the 9th house. It's said that the karma kanda are done when Saturn transits here. When you talk about starting or initiating of education, marriage, homam, that is when Jupiter transits the 9th house. But when Saturn, it's said that we visit the cremation ground. It's not considered to be a good placement of Saturn though, but still some grief, is actually can be felt. Accidents, grief, or, some kind of disease that you go through when Saturn is in the 9th house. So you need to take care of your health. You need to take care of the loved ones. Just spend more time with them, and you will indulge in some sinful acts when Saturn is in the 9th house. So depending on your, of course, your personal chart. But remember, Saturn has come out of your 8th house. So this is going to be giving you more opportunities. Long distance journeys will be taking place. You are going to be separating from your family and family life also. Not good for your dad's health. Take good care of your father's health also. Now, it is going to be aspecting your 3rd house. 3rd house is the house of disciplined approach to communication, siblings, neighbors, friends, peers, cousins. You may feel the need to be more responsible to these people. Maybe you're going to be serving the community more. You're going to be helping someone get the surgical process done. So you're going to be more for the community. You're towards the community, you're serving them. And you will be engaged in the immediate environment you are with, also. And your views on religion and culture would be really orthodox. You will believe in practical and well-proven philosophies now with the 9th house in grace. Opportunities related to higher studies, foreign travels might just be giving you some delays and frustrations, but definitely you're driven towards education and working through towards the people, your people's person also. Also, this is going to be looking at your sixth house, and sixth house is about your own health, your money, your finances, your servitude attitude. So this will bring about focus on your work, health, daily routines. You're going to be very organized in your professional as well as your as well as your personal relationships. You will be really very disciplined and structured, and you are going to be having a servitude attitude towards others also. Not to forget, it's the 11th house also where it is going to be aspecting. 11th house is about your friends, the circle that you move around in. It's going to be enhancing that circle also now, or restricting that circle means you will be having a very disciplined approach towards your social circle. You don't want to have unnecessary friends or overindulgent friends also. Your aspirations and your desires would be exponentially growing now. Saturn will give you those opportunities. Now you have to be more focused. You have to be more responsible before getting into any kind of realms like these. You don't have to be overindulgent in anything. Saturn is restriction, refraining from it is about less, not more. Remember. So being the ruler of the 8th house, in your 9th house, there will be some inner churning, inner transformation because of the people you're connected with, your father life figures. It's good if you donate wheelchairs to some handicapped people, or in the hospitals, etc., if you can donate, or anything to do with the the handicapped people, if you can help them. So this is going to be good for you as well. And it's in trine to your 1st and your 5th house also. So maybe your children are going to go overseas, they're going away from you, lesser communication with them. Also, this might just bring about some changes in your romantic relationships also. The chemistry and bonding is going to change now. There are some serious relationships happening, or maybe somebody from the ex also, the ex partner comes back to you, and things are changing. The chemistry and bonding is changing. Also, 1st house, you're going to be having a serious approach towards life. You're going to be thinking of traveling more, and you're going to be meeting new people also. You're going to be very emotionally attached to people, or it can bring about too much of coldness and detachment in you as well. Okay. So coming to the Leo sign. For Leo natives, this transit is going to be in your 8th house now. You see, looking at your 10th, looking at your 2nd, looking at your 5th. So now Saturn, being the ruler of your 6th and the 7th, is going to be transiting through 3 nakshatras of Jupiter, Shani, and Mercury. So you have to see how they are well placed or not, or there are any grahas in these zones or not. Now, if they are, so definitely they're going to be forming a connection. 8th house is the house of transformation. It's the rebirth. So there has to be some change that you have to modify yourself, and then you get the results of this, isn't it? You cannot just not modify yourself and expect the changes. So this is the time for deep exploration, research-driven jobs, or research-oriented mindset. You have to, even if you have to start a business, because it's looking at your 10th house also. So you need to, when you are having a research, full swing research, about that topic or that subject or that business or that job, then you will definitely, if you have that, you will get successful. You would be inclined in ancient mystical sciences. Maybe you will be a strategic planner during this time. You will have secret goals to achieve also, but there will be some kind of insecurities or fear that you will go through in the changes that you're experiencing. You're very apprehensive to changes. You're not able to accept the changes, but changes definitely are inevitable with Saturn transiting through your 8th house. You will plan your yourself well. If you're what if I have to go through a financial setback? So you're just planning everything, how to be a good risk manager. You're working on all those situations really well. And also, this is about your intense changes and your reflection time, because it is the 8th house. And it is about your inheritance, taxes, joint finances, which is going to be your focal point as well. And this is the Ashtama Shani for Leos. So this is like, it might just give you some unsteadiness, or maybe, you are putting a lot of effort and it's getting delayed and there's a lot of frustration. But you must understand that if you do your spade work well or research well, you're definitely going to be successful, because it's the 8th house. And there are certain transformation which are definitely coming your way. Take care of your health, because it is the 6th and the 7th lord in the 8th house. So you need to be really very careful about your health. Take care of do not get entrapped in any kind of litigation. Don't take any loans during this time. Avoid. And don't starve yourself from the right kind of foods also. Meet right kind of people. Do not get involved in any kind of scandals, and do not get into any kind of bad reputation at the workplace also. Maybe, people are conspiring against you and you just get involved in any kind of litigation, unnecessary bad reputation comes to you. So all these you have to work through, because it's the 8th house energy. And eat hot foods rather than having cold foods more during this time. And this is also aspecting your 2nd house. So definitely it is the time when you will be working through your finances more. Maybe there are some restrictions that you feel in your finances. You applied for a loan, you didn't get it, or you applied for some savings that you FDs or mutual funds, etc., and you lose money in that. So all these you have to plan very well from now itself, because it will start giving the results from the 9th of April even more. And this is also going to be giving you some insecurity, some fears, which are going to be enhanced with this transit and looking at these areas, because Saturn's aspect is drishti is the most important and the most powerful. It's going to be looking at your 5th house. So restriction in romance, creativity will be enhanced though, but it will give you some issues with children, related to children or with children, or maybe you are going to be sending your children off or overseas places. You have to be more serious and responsible in your relationships, in your creativity, in your children's life. You need to intervene, or they need your support during this time. So don't feel restricted because of the expression. Maybe, your children need that. You think that you don't need to talk, they will understand, or, they don't need your support, but they do. So be by their side and support them and speak with them. Also, it is going to be in trine to your 12th house and your 4th house. So maybe, you're going to be spending money on your home decor, or maybe renovation. You're shifting out from one place to another. It can be unnecessary wandering, or also, from one place to another. It can bring about some changes in the foreign land. Maybe you're changing your place where you live or the job that you have, and also when you're taking any kind of risk, it is going to be really you're thinking too much about it. Maybe it'll help you if you take that risk, which is worth the price, worth the risk that you are taking. Okay, so this is what is going to be for the Leo natives, and I'm sure you're going to be sailing through this phase. Please recite Hanuman Chalisa from time to time, and also Mahamrityunjay jap, or Om Sham Shanishcharaya Namaha. Om, ended with Om. So definitely you're going to sail through this phase as well. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Virgo. For Virgo natives, this transit of Saturn is going to be in your 7th house. It's looking at from the 3rd aspect, your 9th, 1st, that is Virgo sign, and your 4th from the 10th aspect. And this is where, you will have too much of inclination towards your relationship now. You will become very structured, responsible about your relationship. Maybe you get married if you're single. Maybe you get to know about your relationship better, deeper, or maybe you will come across people who are going to be helping you out with you in your relationship better. How you can build deeper and commit yourself to your business. This is the time. Also, it is, the 7th house energy represents relationship and personal and professional life. And this will give you that work-life balance. You will be maybe if you are in the 30s, so you will get married, or maybe there is some responsibility that will increase with Saturn in your 7th house. You're likely to attract people. You will be service oriented. All these will definitely start. And also, this is the Maraka Sthana, not to forget that. 5th, 6th Lord in your 7th house. So maybe, you're breaking some agreements and you're starting some new agreements. Change of place, change of relationship, change of chemistry and bonding with others is definitely inevitable during this time. You might just be having some headaches, sickness. You might just feel that, there is some aimless travels which are happening, or maybe you're not getting what you really wanted or you expected. Deficiency. Saturn is the planet of deficiency also. So maybe you're not eating well, you're feeling quite low on energy, immunity levels are depleting, you're hungry more, or appetite is, either or, appetite is increasing or losing appetite is quite likely. You might just be traveling to the overseas land, and maybe there are certain responsibilities there. Maybe your workplace, at the workplace, you are asked to go and handle the outside accounts. So that can also happen. And it is looking at your 9th house. 9th house is the house of higher learning, religious belief system. You're going to be learning more during this time. Maybe you're going to be starting an education plan during this time, which is definitely going to be favorable for you. And if at all you have been feeling the energies that, that you're not able to cope up with the religious belief system that you're in, or spiritual goals that you have set. So this Saturn will definitely give you the long-term planning also. Saturn looking at the 9th house generally is not considered to be good, because this is the house of karma kanda, or also we can say religious ceremonies. So when Saturn looks at a particular zone, it is not good for it said that you have to visit the cremation ground. So you need to take care of your loved ones, your near dear ones. Maybe, there is a passing in the family. Sorry to say about that. But, Saturn looking at the 9th house does that, especially apart from your dasha, of course, has to trigger those events as well. Also, this is a good time period to acquire knowledge. Serious knowledge, something about the past, reading Sanskrit, or maybe some classic texts. You can read all that and you learn something very different than your league, what you have already learned or you have already done. It is also looking at your 1st house. So there is a very serious approach towards life. You're becoming very responsible suddenly. You get married and you get responsible, or you have maybe a childbirth in the family, so you're looking after that child, so you're mature. That sense of maturity is going to trigger with Saturn looking at your 1st house. And also you feel restricted in whatever you do, or maybe you're slowing down, you're getting frustrated because of this Saturn's aspect. Saturn in the Kendra will bring about changes, remember, displacements, change of job, change of place, all that happens. Or maybe if you're single, the status changes. If you're without child, you get children. So Saturn has to bless you, isn't it? So this might bring about some pressure on you. Too much of energy is evident. And then it is looking at your 4th house. 4th house is the house of home life, emotional foundation. So you may experience some challenges and responsibilities at home front, change of place, change of your residence, shifting out from one place to another, and you're a little uncomfortable and unsettled initially. That will definitely change though. But family dynamics change, emotional security, you're working on that, you're seeking that. And maybe you're going in for some renovation, change of your home environment. Maybe some addition happens, or somebody from your house goes away, your children go away, you learn more, and you're actually in a very different zone right now with the children leaving and going away from you. Or you yourself, going in for some higher learning and higher studies, or joining a new job, internship, etc. We see from the 4th house as well. Then we have in trine Cancer and Scorpio signs also in your 11th and your 3rd houses. So this might just bring about some changes in your perspective towards your relationship with your friends, your people in and around you. You might just develop some mature friends now. In your life, you will have some new friends who are very different than the league. Your communication with your siblings, your neighbors, your friends that bonding is going to change now. You might just reconcile with them. You might just change your way of expression. You're not going to be blabbering anything and everything. You're going to be restrictive about it. You're not going to be very expressive or very communicative. So that is something which depends on what the planets are. Good for research work. If you want to get into a research oriented job or innovative job, see, Saturn and Mars combination is always about engineering. So it could be civil engineering, mechanical engineering. You're going to be very innovative during this time. So that kind of energy is quite prevalent with this Saturn in your 7th house. Okay. So if you want to repay your loans, if you want to sign some agreements, or you want to start anything new, you can do it with Saturn in your 7th house. Okay. Coming to the Libra sign. For Libra native, Saturn is going to be in your 6th house. And it is about, 6th house is about house of work. This is the house of work, your health, your servitude, attitude. So this is going to be triggering all of that now. 6th house represents conflicts also. You would be so service oriented and a responsible person. You'll be very practical. You will be a good problem solver during this time. People would want you to join them because 6th house is a very good placement for Saturn. As it is, you have been suffering from past 5 years with the 4th and the 5th house transit. Displacement has happened. You have been doing your job, but you're not getting your dues, or you have been suffering because of XYZ reasons. But now things are going to get better for you with the 6th house transit. 3, 6, 10, 11 houses are Upchaya houses. So they are actually improving you. So maybe, you're going to be very repetitive about whatever you're doing. So you're going to be getting pro in that. So you would be asked to join a new job or assignment but your workload is increasing also. You are going to be more involved in servitude attitude now. You want to don't get into any kind of loans and debts right now. Just do your thing and you're good to go. Also structure everything, be disciplined, be at service to others and be helpful to others, and you're good to go. You will enjoy all sorts of comforts. In the classic text, it's mentioned, jewelry, money, gold jewels, it said, or you will enjoy, the comforts of life and building home for yourself, and everything is going to improve, and it is about your status improvement as well. So maybe you'll be getting a promotion in your job, or maybe you're going to be having good food to eat. You're going to be having good standard vehicles, cars. So that is something which is good, and you will be looking after your health also. In case it's too much of weight, so you will lose weight if you have gained weight, or the vice versa. So all comforts and luxuries will pour on you. So enjoy this. Also, Saturn is looking at your 8th house. Not to forget, 8th house is about inner transformation also. So maybe externally, internally, you're going to be, that churning is going to happen. You're going to change, and you're going to be having a lot of research-oriented mindset also. Financial matters related to inheritance, taxes, joint finances would be the key and the focal points also. It is going to be looking at your 12th house, so foreign journeys, foreign travels. Also, it can bring about some restriction in your expenditures also. So save money. That is the best thing to do. And also it is about, foreign connections also. Maybe you're going to be having some limitations in your resources because it's the 12th house. It's the house. But Saturn is your yoga karagraha, remember. So it will give you overcoming through limitations, overcoming your hidden fears, any kind of scandals or anything that you have been entrapped in, you will be getting that. Saturn will save you from that also. It will be giving you that, what do you call that, breakthrough also. Okay. But at the same time, you need to be taking good care of your body, yourself as well. It is looking at your 3rd house. It will restrict you from talking too much. Saturn, when looks at a particular zone, it constrains, it restricts you. It is about deficiency in that particular zone. So you might just be going away from your siblings, your friends, your peers, your cousins, or there can be some delays and challenges in your expression. Maybe you're not able to express or communicate what you want to. Your communication skills might be requiring that disciplined approach now. You cannot say or blurt out anything and everything. You're going to be doing it with restrictive energies also, but you're going to be having some skill enhancement. You're learning more, you're expanding yourself. It is also in trine to Cancer and Scorpio sign, which is in your 10th and your second house. So this is about growth again, about your financial growth, about your professional career growth. You're going to be meeting more people, influential people. So all good for Libra. This is the best actually, for Libra and Cancer also, because from the 8th house, it's going to be in the 9th. So very good time for Cancer, Libra, and also for Capricorn, I would say. So enjoy. I think this is the time when you can go for your change of place, change of job, promotion, government officials, connection with the VIPs, etc. So this is going to bring about growth in your finances also. Coming to the next one, that is Scorpio. Now, for Scorpio natives, this is the time when Saturn is now coming out of your 4th house. The Kantaka Shani is coming to an end. It is going to be your 5th house transit. Now, when Saturn is going to be in your 5th house, this is the house of creativity, romance, children. You're not going to be exploring more. See, out of the 4th house, when it comes out, what happens? You have actually learned a lot how to deal with things. You have learned. That's a house of learning, no? Now you're going to be implementing. You're going to be very creative in your approach now. You're going to be more responsible. There can be that you're responsible towards your children, you're responsible towards your expression about in your love relationship. You're now enhancing all those things. You're working on all those things also. You need to have a good chemistry and bonding with your children, with your romantic partner. Maybe your ex-partner reappears, and it can bring about some issues there also, because it's a cold graha, not to forget that. So this might be also that you are working at a very low level, and you started learning and now you're working, maybe as an intern you're working, and gradually when Saturn comes out of this zone, you will get that permanent job also. But for sure, this is the time when you are going to be hand to mouth. Don't think that it's going to give you sudden growth, but you're definitely working through that. Okay, at least you have some resources working, that kind of a thing. Also, depending on your personal chart, what is the strength of the chart? You're an Ambani or under that level, whosoever is there. So you have to figure that out, what level chart we are discussing. So in that level, it will impact you. So if you are talking about a labor class guy, who is, earning $10, and, it will enhance to $20. Or if you are earning 100 million, so it can be 200 millions, depending on that. So it will bring about that jump. But for $100 million who's earning $100 million, so definitely he needs the growth in millions only. So for him, maybe 110 millions is something which is a very minuscule growth. So that kind of not 200, I wanted to say 100 to 110. Now this is where you're going to be very serious about it. You're going to be more on that zone where you're going to be becoming very it's a 5th house. So 5th house is about, it's the 8th from your 10th. So it might just bring about lesser name and fame also, that kind of name and fame you were expecting. So Saturn will not give you that. You will enter into issues or quarrels on petty issues. So that is something you have to work on, rather than, just getting carried away and picking up on anybody whosoever is coming in your vicinity. Don't do that. You need to take care of your body, keep a health check done all the time. When you're feeling that you're not well, don't ignore any smallest of the thing. Also, you must go and visit the doctor, rather than, just ignoring yourself, your body. Okay. And also, it is about 5th house energy is about, maybe you're going to be completing your graduation. You're going to be, see, this is the house of entertainment, but Saturn restricts. Saturn constraints, maybe you want to, but you're not able to. You want to pursue your hobby, you're not able to. You will actually edit and audit every small detail, but you're going to be very creative. You're going to be having um, some kind of delay in your education plan, delay in your maybe if you have to complete your education, it might just take a little longer time also. But this is a phase where you will have a serious approach towards your expression, towards your children, towards your romantic partner. Also, this might just bring about long phases of separation from your partner also, if you are in a love affair or romance, as it is looking at your house of marriage also from there, the seventh house, it might just delay the marriage or marriage proposal that you are waiting for. It's a seventh house energy, but you are going to be very, very committed in your relationship. You're going to be very focused in your life about your partnership business also, and about your growth as well. You're going to be reassessing your commitments. You will face challenges in your business, in your marriage, but it will be definitely a very different approach and a responsible approach on your relationships also. You might just get into new business also, and some investment planning is also going to take place. 11th house being aspected by this Saturn might bring about serious relationships. Now you're going to be actually moving away from those superficial friendship and any kind of project that you're doing. You're not going to be doing with those people who are not serious about it. Now you have to set long-term goals. You want to be reevaluating your goals as well as your friendships also. There is a need for more responsibility in your social connections. You cannot be indisciplined. You cannot have that indisciplined approach in any area when wherever Saturn is or Saturn is transiting. You have to be really focused and serious about it. Suppose Saturn is in your 12th house, you have to be serious about your inner growth. You have to be more spiritually inclined. You have to be focused on your finances, that expenditures should not be unnecessary. Also, as it's looking at your second house. Second house is the house of finance, family, speech. It can bring about challenges in your health, in your mouth region. Maybe you're eating all cold foods. You're having digestive issues because of the Saturn's aspect. So you have to take care, and you have to take the responsibility of your family also. Now you cannot just shove away the responsibilities and get away with it. No, you have to become very serious about it now, because Saturn is now not looking at your first house, but Saturn is looking at your family. So your relationship, you have to work, your finances, your food habits, you have to work on that, because Saturn wants you to be more disciplined in each and every approach that you adopt. Saturn is in trine to your first and your fifth house, your ninth house also. So take care of your father's health. If you have to learn more, you should. And also take care of your health as well. Because Saturn looking at your first house means in trine to your first house will tell you that you need to transform yourself towards a better human being and help others, be more charitable. That's what it wants you to do. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is Sagittarius. One sec. Okay, for Sagittarius natives, Saturn is going to be in transiting your fourth house, which is the Kantaka Shani. I've explained in the beginning part that when it is the Kantaka Shani, you need to work on yourself, on your home environment, your mother, your emotional foundation. This might be bringing about more focus in the home life. Changes happen whenever there is and it is a little called for change also, because it is the fourth house energy, which is getting disturbed by malefic graha. So this might just bring about change, education, foreign land travels. Maybe you're going to be getting into the research mindset. So because it's in the trine to the eighth house also, so responsibilities are increasing. You might just feel that that mother's lap is gone suddenly. You feel very low, lonely, and your hard work is the key. You are suddenly, you're all matured and grown up. That kind of an energy happens with Saturn looking at your first also. So you may feel emotionally weighed down. It may be the time for reassessing your family dynamics, seeking more emotional security. All that will happen when Saturn is in your fourth house, being the ruler of your second and the third. So towards your siblings, neighbors, friends, you're becoming very responsible about your finances. You're becoming very responsible with your friends. You will definitely be conversing about the growth, the business opportunities that you're getting. So you're going to be very very matured and seasoned now. So make the best use of this gochara. It is about the fourth house energy, of course. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. So all that we have to see as well. Just 1 second. Let me just have some water. Sorry about that. Yeah. So we come to the fourth house analysis again. This is about openly expressing your emotions now. You would experience restrictions growing up, especially, during this whole transit. You might just be having your mother restricting you or going away from your mother. You feel very burdensome in your family life. You're very servitude attitude. You're very service oriented though, but you definitely could be a slow starter during the education plan that you have adopted for. Maybe you switch your subjects during this time also. And also this might just bring about some conflict inside the family. They can be wasteful or unwanted expenditures, delays, frustration. Maybe you purchase the property, but there are some problems in the signing the documents, or there are some restrictions that you're feeling about the takeover of the handing over of the property or the house that you're looking for. They can be that you are spending a lot of money in the foreign land because it is in trine to your 12th house also. And it is also about vehicles. You can have troubles with the vehicles also. You want to learn driving, but you're not able to. That all those kinds of things can happen. And also it is looking at your first house. First house is the house of self, your personal disciplined life. So you're going to be changing now. You're going to be feeling quite burdened, or you're going to be very responsible. That's up to you. That maturity, that sense of growth that you are looking at can be seen from here. Maybe the chemistry and bonding with others is changing. You're going to be having a very different perspective towards life. So it's also about too much of workload on you. There's a lot of pressure on you when Saturn is in your fourth house looking at your first. And then it is also looking at your 10th house. So it might just be requiring that maturity and discipline, responsibility in your career. Maybe you have to work 2-3 jobs, and you're paid for one. That kind of a thing. You're working really very hard, but this will bring about that long-term success that you're looking at. With Saturn, after 2.5 years, you will be a different person altogether, because Saturn will be in your 5th house then. And though it is debilitated, but it is going to be much better. Okay. So any kind of delays, frustrations, or any kind of fear that you're experiencing will definitely be you will be able to overcome with the passage of time. You will learn more, and you need to take care of your health, because it is your 6th house energy. You might just be spending some more time on your health now. You want to improve your work-life balance. You want to improve your your routine and organize yourself as to what you're doing. You're just focused on your own self as well. Do not go in for any kind of litigation, loans, etc. during this time, because it is going to be taking over time or too much time to repay that loan. So you need to be careful about your expenditure part also. So just try to be disciplined and be more focused on your work and on your education. it's a time to study now. Maybe acquire more knowledge. If at all, Mercury is also there in Pisces, it's debilitated though, but it will be deviating you from the path. Maybe you're going to be changing your subjects now. If it is some other graha, it depends, which graha is there. So you will be enhancing. If it's Jupiter, if it's Venus, then you're working through your finances now. So all that definitely will be the add-on. Which planet is aspecting, where it is placed, which nakshatra, all that is a long story. So long story cut short, this is a time for foreign travels, foreign journeys. Maybe, with the Scorpio and Cancer in trine also, there is a possibility that you change your house, you change your subjects, you are research-oriented mindset, there are expenditures in the foreign land. Difficulties can also crop up in the foreign land. So take good care of your health any which ways, I always say that. Now coming to the next one, that is Capricorn. So for Capricorn natives, the transit of Saturn in the third house is a very beautiful transit for you because it is coming out of the second, which is your Sati end. So now this is third house transit is considered to be very good of Saturn. You are going to be making some bold and important decisions. You're going to be more communicative. There can be some short journeys which are going to be very important and fruitful. You can be also a very careful speaker now. You're not going to be blurting out anything and everything, whatever is coming into your heart and mind. You would rather keep yourself in that, lay low situation, shy situation. But you're going to be making some important decisions now. You can be resilient, a resilient person and a peaceful warrior also during this time. You would excel at the jobs that are required to be more persistent. You can be a good lecturer, you can be a good professor, you can be putting a lot of effort now in the right direction. You can be a very inquisitive mind also, and your younger siblings or your your friends or your neighbors, etc., they might require your attention right now with the third house energy. You might just be facing some challenges in expressing yourself. You need to work on your communication skills also. But for sure, this is going to be giving you more reputation. You're going to be working in the overseas lands. Maybe you're going to be traveling. You're going to be also having that courage to do things which you could not. So definitely do not get overboard, but this is a learning process and it is definitely very, very positive for you because the Sati phase is over. So this is a good time period to connect with your people who can help you out or you can help them as well. Okay, that kind of a stature you're going to be getting very serious now. It is also about 12th house energy. So your subconscious mind is going to be, or your dreams are going to play a very important role. You're going to be spiritually growing. You're going to be in isolation. You're going to be confronting your hidden fears now. And this is a very beautiful transit for the ones who are waiting for going to the overseas lands. Okay, because it is also looking at your ninth house. Ninth house is about your spiritual growth, your churning, higher education, also long distance journeys. This is not a good place when Saturn looks at the ninth house. It said that someone in the family is passing, we get the news. Also depends on your personal chart. There has to be some other combinations also. I will, this is a disclaimer I always say. Whenever ninth house is getting active because of Saturn, it is not considered to be good. And when Jupiter, then it is good for performing some rituals, homum, etc. But when Saturn is looking, it said that you have to visit the cremation ground or something like that. But it is good for connecting with your guru, with your father-like figures. Maybe your father's health suffers. You have to take care. Okay, you have to take care of that. Excuse me. It is also looking at your fifth house. Fifth house is the house of children, your creative energies. You are going to be more creative now. Sense of creativity is not just confined to yourself. It is going to be like, you're going to be taking it forward now. You're going to be using it at the workplace. Maybe, you're going to be following that creative pursuits that you have in maybe some music, dance, drama, etc. You're going to be working on, but you're going to be very serious about it. You have been working on things just as a hobby. Now you're going to be having a serious approach towards this. Oh, let me do this, now. Or you're going to be a good web designer, suppose, you're going to be working on that. You're excelling, AI, etc. Also, you may experience delays and responsibilities towards your children. You're going to be working through your expression towards, very creatively, but maybe you're going to be connecting with your children now, or with your romantic partner in a very serious manner. You are going to be discussing things very mature, in a very matured manner. Oh, I don't want to be in this relationship. You will be conveying it in a very composed manner rather than taking it lightly. So now you're going to be having a serious approach towards your relationship with your children, with your partner. Ex-partner might come back. All that is going to be the actual highlight of the Saturn's transit. But it is definitely very positive for your savings. Maybe, your savings were depleting. Now you can save good amount of money. Expenditures are going to come down also, because it's looking at your 12th house also. Okay. It is in trine to your 7th house. It is in trine to your 11th house. So maybe, your friends that you felt that they are friends, you will get to know that they are not. So maybe, they have backstabbed you. Now you get that, you're awakened. Also in your relationship, also you will get that chemistry and bonding going. Some contracts will be signed, some serious approach towards your work and your business now. And you're going to be switching jobs also. You will get good breakthrough that you have been waiting for. I know people have been saying that, it has been really bad for us, and, I have not been getting any job, etc. But this is the time when you will, because it's the 6th house from your 10th house. So definitely a very positive transit from your 10th. So any kind of chemistry and bonding with your bosses and seniors, which was going for a toss, not good. Now you're going to be feeling better there as well. So it is going to be the time when you should make the best use of your potential, and you are going to be having some kind of relief now, okay, in the areas that you have been feeling restricted. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Aquarius. For Aquarius natives, this transit of Saturn is in your 2nd house. So this is the last lag of Sade Sati also for you. Now, 2nd house is the house of food, family, finances, and speech, mouth region. So this might just be the time when you will be restricted in these areas. Maybe you're not able to speak much, you have some speech-related trouble, dental issues more, or you can be feeling burdened because of the family responsibilities. 2nd house transit generally of Saturn is not considered to be good in this area of life, where, expenditures are too many and savings deplete. Your relationship with your family are tried and tested over and over again. Your partner's health is gone for a toss. You have to take good care of your partner's health also. Financial stability is lacking here. With Saturn here, it is like you're running after that stability, but you're not getting. There are delays, frustrations that you're going through off and on, time and again. You have to put little extra effort here. Also, it's about your assets. It is about your family, money matters also. So this might just be the time when you are looking for that support from your family, or you are not getting that kind of joy from the comforts of life. You feel burdened, I have to spend here also. One burden will reduce, the other will start. That kind of an issue happens, but don't worry, you will definitely be more responsible. You will be learning your lessons also with the 2nd house transit. And this will be the time when you will rise from the ashes, kind of a phase, like a phoenix, because, you know what are the comforts. You've enjoyed all the comforts of life. Now you know how to live life in minimalistically. You're going to be very self-sufficient also. So that kind of thing, when you know what is the lacking part of life, you will enjoy more the abundant life that you get post this. So don't worry, things are going to get better and better and better, because you have your Jupiter nakshatra, and then you have Saturn's nakshatra also. running. So in case you have any foreign connections, this is a good time period. If you want to change your perspective during this time towards maturity and towards better, the transformative energy. So this is the time when you can. You will have a disciplined approach in your friend circle also. No, I don't want to waste my time spending on money on those people who are not worth it, your social network, etc. You might just feel that, no, these are not my true friends. That energy also is going to be prevalent. You will get to know who's who. That kind of energy is also going to be there. Also, it is looking at your fourth house. Fourth house is the house of family, your comforts, So it might just be the time when you will be taking all those challenges and responsibilities related to your home, family, and emotional security. Now you're working on your family front in a very charged up manner, in an authoritative manner. You have been doing that, but now you're going to be in charge. You're going to be taking that responsibility openly. No, this is my emotional foundation. I need to make this my strong foundation also. Okay, so if at all you're feeling any kind of challenges, or you're having too much of too many expenditures, in your family, on your home front, renovation, etc. So now it is going to cut down. You need to focus more on the savings now, with the Saturn's ingress in your second and looking at the second sign also. So this is the time when you have to reassess those things, those areas of life. Okay, it is looking at your eighth house, or any which ways, you're going to be having deeper transformations regarding your shared finances, inheritance, your psychological matters. There is definitely going to be a change which we can anticipate with this kind of aspect of Saturn on your eighth house. So you need to be away, far, far, far away from the scandals. Something which is going to trigger, which is going to start, which is going to change you is going to happen with the Saturn looking at your eighth house. You can be very research oriented. You can be very in-depth, knowledgeable person now, a new you. So what do you want? Because Saturn is not just going to be giving you negatives, negatives, and negatives. It is going to be changing you towards a better person. It is going to give you the challenges, but you have to accept the challenges also. Okay, so it's time to reassess. Do not get into any kind of litigation. It's a trap. Do not get into any kind of loans right now. It's not considered to be a good time period. Any kind of overhauling at the workplace can happen. Boss can change, co-workers can change. So that kind of energy is also going to be there. Coming to the next one, that is Pisces, which is the last sign. Okay. So for Pisces natives, of course, the main transit of the year is Saturn in the first house. So Saturn in the first house, this is the house of self, your own identity. So this is going to make you quite matured and responsible now. With Saturn peak Sade Sati, or we can say from Lagna or any graha in the Pisces sign, this is going to impact you. So you might just be feeling more burdened than usual, and this will give you a significant personal growth also, not to forget, because it is the first house. It is about the, it will make you quite isolated. You might just be a mature, sensible person, but you are going to be very changed and different, and an indifferent person, not different, but indifferent personality. So you have to see, what do you really want? You working in an isolation, working hard is a different story altogether, but you getting indifferent because of your problems and pains, that's a different story altogether. What do you want? You are working harder, but you're not doing it for others. You're doing it for yourself. You're not going to be showing it that, oh, I did this for you. You're not going to be, it's not a payoff time. You don't have to expect anything from anyone right now. Saturn in the first house will make that kind of you that you have to do for others, because it is looking at the seventh house after all. So you will have to be on the giving side rather than the receiving side. You don't have to be expecting anything from others. This is the time when you have to take good care of your health. You have to be more disciplined. You have to be more focused on your own growth. So how do you do it? It's up to you. Do not show off that you're doing for others. Do not say that you're on, you're as if, you're just helping someone and then you are saying it on their face, then it's of no use. So just do it unconditionally, without sharing that you're doing for others, without showing that you're doing for others. Also, this is the time when you can have some towards the north direction you can be traveling, and this will give you success because Saturn is in the first house in the north direction. So this will give you, because Pisces is north direction, so you might just gain some positive energy from that direction. Also, it is looking at your 10th house, means that there will be some discipline, responsibility at the workplace. Changes will happen. Saturn, whenever is in the Kendra, will bring about changes. So change of job, change of place, change of bosses, change of co-workers, change of your portfolio. Too many responsibilities. Maybe you will be handling too many portfolios also. This is the time to build long-term success, and you are going to achieve it only through hard work and hard work and hard work. So you have to put that kind of effort if you really want that. With your siblings, with your neighbors, with your friends, you need to be very, very careful when you speak or utter anything. Just help them. This is the time they need your help and support. So help them. Communication wise, you don't have to be very, frank and upfront. You need to be restrictive. You need to be very careful about expressing whatever you're going through. Don't be straightforward. Too straightforward might just be hurtful. So that is something you have to be careful about. And this is the time to build a disciplined approach to your communication skills and relationship with your siblings also. And it is looking at your 7th house, maybe, in your marriage, in your relationship, you will have more responsibilities, childbirth, or maybe you are going to be in a relationship, which is going to be a very stable kind of a relationship also. Business partnership, relationship-wise, marriage, there can be some commitments that you have to fulfill. This is also in trine to your 5th house and your 9th house. So take good care of your father's health. Travels, long-distance journeys are on cards. This might just bring about some expenditures in the overseas countries also. Children might be leaving you and going overseas for studies. This is the time when you can have kids also of your own. Creative pursuits will be a good idea. Be more on the just do for others. This is the time when you should be doing for others, help them. And also, maybe you are going to be more creative, learn some sport or any kind of artistic, anything to do with art. Okay. So this is what is the, okay. Oh, yeah. So I hope you all enjoyed the readings, and this is what the Saturn's ingress in the Pisces sign aiming at. So be prepared. I have so many questions here. Okay, let me see if you can ask because it's a long one. God bless you. Thank you so much. Your predictions happens. Thank you. Natal retrograde, I will make another video. It requires attention. Virgo sign I've already done. Please watch it. Gemini area would be impacted, do you think? Which area? It's a 10th house area. Yeah. So just watch the whole video. You will get all the answers. You have asked before the readings also came in. So you must watch the video and then come up with the, questions. I will answer. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed, everyone. Have a great Saturn's ingress in Pisces sign. Om Tat Sat.